So first I want to ask for a round of applause again for all of you. You're here because you're leaders. And the future depends on all of us. All right? There's a lot of people out there that will be sitting in a room just like this because they too will earn a trip, a great escape trip. But we have to be good leaders. So what makes a good leader? I'd like to hear from you guys real quick. Somebody just tell me, what does a good leader do? Tell me, come on. What is a good leader? What do you do? Teach, motivate, support. The number one thing you can do to be a good leader is lead by example. Okay? As Gabby mentioned, we've been doing this business now for going on 19 years. And we still work just as hard, probably even harder today than we did 19 years ago. Okay? The reason being, because we're passionate about this business. We love it. But what I love more than anything is to see new leaders, new people, and watch them transform. Okay? And to me, one of the biggest examples I've seen of transformation is this man right here. Juan. Gracias. Este hombre, Juan Rosado, mira, estamos hablando anoche, I'm sorry, we were talking last night. Yo hablo inglés y español, yo hablo Spanglish.
En español yo se lo enseñé.
La verdad, me enseñó muchas cosas de este negocio. Él estaba viviendo en un sótano. He was living in a basement when he started For Life. This man has transformed into one of the most incredible leaders that I've ever known. Amazing leadership. And I'm very grateful for Juan and his leadership. And the Maris también, too. But what I say this because I love this business because it changes people. It transforms you. You're not going to be the same person when you become an international diamond or gold international diamond. And your family, friends, and neighbors, many of them may have mocked you and they may have teased you, made fun of you when you started the business. Trust me, they won't do that when they see you as an international, as a gold and as a platinum, and you're on cruises and you're traveling the world. You know, we get home Sunday night at midnight back in California. I leave at 6 in the morning for Kenya, Africa. Okay? That's how much we travel and how hard we work. Now, if any of you would like to know where I'm working, you can follow me on Facebook. It's very easy. Facebook.com/ForLifeDave. Very easy. Just ForLifeDave after Facebook. And you can see where I'm going, what I'm doing, and so forth. But leadership is so important, you guys. We need to lead by example. All right? So, there's a rule I call the 80-20 rule. 80% of your time, you need to be engaged, talking to your distributors, but mostly you need to be talking to new people, all right? Not just where you're talking to downline, downline's talking to upline. If we sat here all day and talked to each other, is our business going to grow? No. You have to talk to new people. So what I like to do, personally, I don't really sponsor anybody right now as a personal sponsor because I'm really not a good sponsor today. Now, in the early days I was, but today it's like, where's Waldo? You know, you can't find me. I'm in Kenya, I'm in South Africa, I'm in Australia, traveling all over, working with my organization, which now is over 700,000 people. Okay? So, travel a lot. But I try to always stay engaged in sponsoring new people. The only way your business will grow is if new people become distributors in For Life. Okay? Distributors and customers. So 80% of your time, you need to be talking to new people. Whether it's for yourself, because you found somebody new that you're talking to, or you're talking to new people for your people. Why am I going to Kenya on Sunday? Because the number 3 money earner of a company called Forever Living is now joining For Life. Okay? Now, I've been working on this guy for probably about going on a year now. All right? Sometimes you have to be patient. Patient is also a quality of a good leader. You have to be patient. All right? And so I've been dripping on her little by little. And now he's ready. He already signed up. Yesterday he signed up. And his whole family's coming in. But what happens is, when you do that, you always keep your eyes and ears open and you catch people in between. I knew that Forever Living was having some problems in certain markets. They're closing their offices. Well, once you're a networker, you're always a networker. All right? When you've been bitten by the bug of network marketing and you understand it, you don't want to do anything else. Because you get residual income, you develop skills, you have fun. There's no better business than this business. So I keep my eyes and ears open. When I heard about Vima, remember Vima? Another company? When I heard what happened when they went down, I went out and started talking to people that were in Vima, and I brought a bunch of them into For Life. Some good leaders. So always keep your eyes and ears open. That's a quality of a good leader as well. Leading by example. Always stay involved in sponsoring. Now, what I like to do is work through people. In other words, if I were to, in Africa, I've been working with a gentleman named Richard, right? And Richard, he's the one that introduced me to Dr. Ogina. I didn't find him myself. I find people through other people. So, for example, I was introduced to Juan because of Herminio Nevares, Dr. Nevares. He introduced me to Juan, introduced me to many other people. And so, you don't have to sponsor the world. You can, but I recommend working through your people. Everybody knows somebody. So a good leader that leads by example goes out and works through people. For example, Sean. You know 10 people that I don't know, right? Okay. If Sean knows 10 people that I don't know and I were to sponsor Sean in the business, what is my goal? What do I need to do as a good leader? I need to get into his circle of influence, the people he knows. All right? Now guess what? Sean, let's pretend Sean has never been in network marketing. We know he has. He's a great leader, Gold International Diamond on his way to Platinum. But let's just pretend that Sean is just starting in the business, okay? Do you think that if Sean goes out and starts talking to all the people he knows, everyone's going to say, oh, I'll do For Life? No. A lot of them will laugh at him. A lot of them will say, like what I was told, my own father said to me, why don't you get a real job? All right? Well, today he's an international diamond in For Life. Okay? But I was made fun of, all right, when I first started this business. And it probably happened to many of you, your family, friends, and neighbors. The people that know you, they're the ones that would be the hardest on you. Okay? Because they can do that. They know you. But they can't do that to a stranger. So if I sponsor Sean, my goal as a good leader is to get into his market of people. Your people, Sean, my presentation. They can't judge me, you see. They'll judge you because they know you. But if you introduce me to someone that you know, they can't judge me. So a good leader is prepared. So when I go in and talk to your people, I can do a good presentation, all right? I've prepared myself. Now, if I go in and Sean introduces me to Mary, and we go together, and all Sean does is say, hey, I've got a business partner. His name's Dave Daughtrey. Mary, we'd like to come and talk to you. And Mary says, okay. So we come, and Sean just introduces me to Mary, and I do the talking. Well, if Mary likes what she hears and she signs up, do you think Sean will introduce me to more people? Of course he will. He's going to keep me busy. All right? Can you imagine if you had 3 or 4 or 5 Seans? You're so busy, your phone's ringing like crazy. Would you like to have that happen? Yes. Trust me, it will happen if you do that. All right? In fact, after I was in the business 90 days, my phone started to ring. I pick it up, say, hi, this is Dave. And people would say, hello, doctor. I'm not a doctor. But because I prepared myself to give a good presentation about transfer factor, I studied it. All right, you've all been to school. You study, you learn, and then you present. So if you do that, you present, and you come across as a good leader, people all of a sudden will start to follow you. All right? Now, it's not all just about leadership. Following is also very important. I like to follow as well, because when I follow, I learn. All right? I like to attend every meeting I can. I learned that from Jim Rohn. Y'all heard of Jim Rohn? He says attend every meeting you can. Why? Some will be life-changing. I want to finish by saying this last story. I probably wouldn't be here today if I had not attended a meeting when I was 21 years old. I got into network marketing 35 years ago. It's been 35 years and I've been doing this. Since I was going on 22 years old. I'm 57 now. Okay? So, I don't know, 35, 36, whatever. The point is this. My mentor told me, Dave, this was a Friday night. He told me on Thursday, he said, Dave, there's a meeting I want you to come to. Now, most 21-year-olds, what are we doing on Friday night? Partying, all right? Most 21-year-olds don't want to go to a meeting on Friday night. So he invited me, and I said, you know, I got other things to do. He said, look, you need to come. And so I said, oh, okay. And I went. And I didn't want to go, but I went. That night changed my life. Why? I had no clue that I was going to an event, and I had a ticket and sat in the very front row. And guess who the three speakers were? Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, and Mark Victor Hansen. Now, Mark Victor Hansen, he wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul. Y'all heard that? Okay? So when I sat there that night, and I didn't know, I'd never been to an event like that. And Jim Rohn spoke first. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. The greatest business philosopher in the world. And then Mark Victor Hansen gets up and he talks about little short stories of his life. He moved to Newport Beach for one reason only. There's more Rolls Royces in Newport Beach than any other city in the world. And that's why he moved to Newport Beach, because he wanted to be there to see that lifestyle, because he wanted to live that way. And then, of course, Zig Ziglar, one of the greatest motivators ever. That night changed my life. So you guys, please attend every event that you can. Some will be life-changing, and you don't know which ones they are. So, I want to finish telling you this real quick story. All right, there's this old man, many of you have heard this before. Old man throws a party because he became a billionaire. All right, you know a billionaire? He had oil wells in Texas. Became a billionaire with these oil wells, and he threw a party in his mansion. And so he invited family, friends, and neighbors and co-workers all over the party to celebrate his becoming a billionaire. And the night of the party, they're all in his mansion, and they're talking and mingling and having drinks. And the old man stands up and says, listen everybody, let's go out to the backyard. It's a beautiful night, full moon, the stars are out, there's a garden. Let's go out in the back. And everybody moves out into the backyard, and they're out there talking and mingling. And all of a sudden they look over and they see a swimming pool. And the lights are on in the pool. And they realize that there's alligators in the pool. Now y'all know what alligators are. Alright? Or cocodrilos. Okay? Crocodiles, alligators in the pool. And the man says, everybody come on over by the pool. And they walk over to the pool. And they're looking. And the old man says, listen up. The first person that could swim across that there pool full of them there alligators, I'll give you one of three things. If you make it across alive, I will give you $1 million in cash. Or, I'll give you one of my oil wells if you want. Or, if you make it across alive and you're a man, I'll give you my daughter's hand in marriage and you can have everything. And all of a sudden you hear a splash. And there's a guy in the pool. And he's swimming like crazy. The water's flying all over the place. The alligators, they're attacking him. They're about ready to tear his arms and legs off. He gets to the other side, pushes himself out. He's huffing and puffing. He's all red. And the old man looks at him and says, I don't believe it. You did it. What do you want? You want $1 million? And the man says, no. Oh, you want one of my oil wells? Man says, no. You want my daughter's hand in marriage, so you can have it all. And the man says, no. I just want to know who the idiot is that pushed me in the pool. All right. So, here's my point. There is a moral to this story. Number one, the crocodiles. They represent all of the negative people out there that want to tear your arms and legs off. Don't pay attention to them. All right? Do you think that if the man in the pool had stopped to pay attention to the alligators, he would have made it across? He didn't. He stayed focused on his direction and his only vision, which was to get to the other side. So don't pay attention to the alligators out there, okay? Leave them alone. Number 2, stay focused, but who here, you don't have to answer this question. If you don't know how to swim, can you learn to swim? Yes, anybody can learn to swim, all right? So if you don't know how to swim, we'll teach you how to swim, all right? Everybody can learn. Now, when you learn to swim and you get to the other side, you don't get out of the pool and just walk away. You turn around and you start helping other people get across and out of the pool. That's what a good leader does, okay? Thank you very much, you guys.